those Detroit Lions, just like I picked it. You did too. Beating the reigning Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs as the 2023 NFL season is officially underway, folks. Jared Goff looks solid while Detroit's defense came up big with a pick six to keep the Lions in the game. Lions' new cornerback, C.J. Gardner, says it's a new day in Detroit.
It ain't the same Detroit.
Where you at, Still?
Yeah. Ain't the same Detroit. Ain't the same Detroit. Ain't the same Detroit. Scott, ain't the same Detroit. Let's go. Boy, it ain't the same, Randall. It ain't the same, baby.
Now, in the past, the Lions would find, oh, Dan's buying the hype, by the way. This is from Dan. In the past, the Lions would find a way to lose the game and feel played hard, but it wasn't good enough. Not the case last night, not perfect, but 1-0, went into Arrowhead and won. New era in Detroit. Stephen A., are you believing in this Lions hype?
Well, first of all, we've got them. Some people have speculated they should win the NFC North. I'm one of those people. I think Minnesota losing Dalvin Cook and depending primarily, if not solely, on Justin Jefferson, obviously puts Detroit in a position to take that division. We saw how they ended the season last year, winning 6 of the last 8 games. We saw Jared Goff, their quarterback, go the last half of the season with 15 touchdowns or just 1 interceptions, if that, over the last 9 games. And then last night, what we saw was their defense has vastly improved. Yeah. Now, Kansas City did not have Travis Kelce. Kansas City had a guy in Kadarius Toney that literally dropped 4 passes.
Yeah, he used to
One
be a
pass
giant.
went through their arms, and that was a pick 6. So obviously they had 21 points, but they really only scored 14 offensively for the evening against a Chiefs defense that was without its primary dude in Chris Jones, who had 15.5 sacks last year, but's got a contract dispute and is holding out, although he was in attendance for last night's game, sitting in a suite. In the end, what it comes down to is this. I think Dan Campbell is the right man for the job. He has completely changed the culture of the Detroit Lions. They are clearly buying in, and as a result, they are not what they used to be. They still got something to prove. They better get to the playoffs. They've never had a better chance than they do now of winning the NFC North. We shall see what they do, but right now, I think there's every reason to be optimistic about them.
Yeah, they won 9 of their last 11, and how about going the defending champs, going in there and winning on prime time to kick off the season?
Yeah.
They couldn't even score a touchdown or third down conversion in the second half.
That's
it was
right.
impressive.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. To the ladies we go. Show her the money. LSU's head coach Kim Mulkey agreed to ink a new 10-year, $32 million deal that will make her the highest-paid women's basketball coach in the country. Mulkey's title win with LSU last season was her 4th championship as a head coach. Listen, these girls became superstars, household names. Will they repeat as national champs?
I believe they will. They were 34-2 last year. I think all of their main players, if not all of them, are returning. And Mulkey, who obviously was very, very controversial with some of her comments, particularly when it came to Brittany Griner, before obviously she was detained in Russia. Some of those things that she said didn't make her, that popular in America. But then the basketball season started. And that's when she reminded everybody why she's one of the greatest coaches in the history of women's college basketball. Mulkey is a sensational coach. She has proven just that time over time over time. This is a sport that spent decades primarily dominated by the late, great Pat Summitt at Tennessee and, of course, Gino Auriemma at UConn. But somehow, some way, she's managed.
By UConn.
That's right. But she's managed to squeeze in 4 national titles. Yeah. Everybody doesn't do that. And so when you take that into consideration and the fact that you got an Arsenal returning to the scene this year, fresh off a 34-2 record, a national championship, blowing out Caitlin Clark and those girls, I don't think there's any reason to doubt LSU right now with Mulkey coaching them personally.
Yeah, much deserved, absolutely. Let's keep it rolling here. Today's the 55th anniversary of Arthur Ashe winning the U.S. Open in 1968, becoming the first African-American to win men's singles. Yesterday, Coco Gauff beat Carolina Muchova to advance to her first U.S. Open final, while Ben Shelton will face number 2 Novak Djokovic today in hopes to reach the finals as well. Stephen A., will there be another Black American U.S. Open champion this year?
Coco.
I think so, too.
Coco. I mean, I'm not, listen.
I think it's her year.
I don't expect Nelson to be Djokovic. I can tell you that much. It ain't going to happen. I don't see that happening. But Coco Gauff in the U.S. Open final at Arthur Ashe Stadium tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is where they start, I guess. She's something special.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And when you see her, she's so young, she's athletic, and she's growing and getting better and better and better, and exceptionally well coached as well. And not only that, she has the right backing. Her parents are obviously playing an integral role in her development, her growth, et cetera, et cetera. I think this is going really not unnoticed, but unspoken. The father stepping back and electing to go up to the suites because he wears everything on his sleeve, and he believed that his nervousness is potentially affecting the game and the performance of his daughter. True. I mean, you don't see stuff like that too often. And to see something like that, she clearly has the right support system. And the right support system combined with her abilities, I think speaks volumes. That for her to be in this position right here, she's still got to be Sabalenka, because that woman is a powerful, powerful person. But Mad Dog told us she shrinks in the bright lights. So if that's the case, then Coco Gauff should get her. And if that happens, and she ends up winning a U.S. Open championship, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for hanging with us all week here on First Take. You can check us out 10 a.m. Eastern. And, of course, we'll have exclusive First Take debates right here on YouTube. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Shannon Sharp, Ryan Clark, Stephen A., Dan Orlovsky live in studio reacting to all the NFL games. Please don't miss it.